see that led to the win tonight?
I thought it was our job, that we did on the defensive glass. Only giving up 7 second chance points, I believe it was. That's a huge part of what they do when they're effective. So for us to be able to compete on the glass the way we did, I thought it was huge for us. I thought, our guys really scrapped. We moved Isaac. I think he guarded everybody at some point in time. Larry and Dre also did a great job on that end of the floor. And then we got a boost from Lamar Stevens too. So I thought it was a group effort of guys really competing and taking the challenge of the man that was in front of them.
26 assists on 36 made field goals. I know that you said you wanted to manufacture some offense from your defense, but when that didn't happen, what did you see in your offense tonight where it was just flowing? What led to that?
I mean, it is the ball movement, but it's also the ability to break the paint too. We actually beat our man tonight and got in the paint and forced rotations and then made the next pass. And then, obviously we completed the shot. Something we've obviously been working on is.
You mentioned just the foundation being the hard work on the defensive end. What part of that game did you see that led to the win tonight?
I thought it was our job, that we did on the defensive glass. Only giving up 7 second chance points, I believe it was. That's a huge part of what they do when they're effective. So for us to be able to compete on the glass the way we did, I thought it was huge for us. I thought, our guys really scrapped. We moved Isaac. I think he guarded everybody at some point in time. Larry and Dre also did a great job on that end of the floor. And then we got a boost from Lamar Stevens too. So I thought it was a group effort of guys really competing and taking the challenge of the man that was in front of them.
26 assists on 36 made field goals. I know that you said you wanted to manufacture some offense from your defense, but when that didn't happen, what did you see in your offense tonight where it was just flowing? What led to that?
I mean, it is the ball movement, but it's also the ability to break the paint too. We actually beat our man tonight and got in the paint and forced rotations and then made the next pass. And then, obviously we completed the shot. Something we've obviously been working on is continuing to make the right play no matter what. Whether it's the lob to the big guys or whether it's the kick out, the simple kick out on the help. And I thought we made the simple play tonight over and over again.
All of your starters scored in double figures, but I will start here with Andre Drummond, who had a 30 and 20 game. You said we have to feed him, but also Larry kind of proved why he should probably be considered for that point guard position. Do you agree?
Yeah, don't tell him that. No, but I mean, again, you can't speak enough about what Dre did and the impact that he can have on the game on both ends of the floor. He can punish you. And when he's making his free throws, it makes him even more difficult to guard. And I thought he did that tonight, and then the work on the defensive boards was tremendous. That's how you finish possessions. So I thought he was awesome. And, Larry, again, continues to be the motor that helps this thing keep churning on both ends of the ball. He keeps our offense moving, keeps our defense plugging. I wore him out a little bit. 44 minutes were a bit much, but figure we got a while into the next game. So,
Kelsey.
Kelsey Russo, The Athletic. JB, going off that, actually, obviously we've talked about the offensive struggles without your main shooters, but how does this game and the way that you guys were able to find the basket and guys were just able to get their shots give that boost of confidence while you do wait for these guys to come back?
Well, I hope it just gives belief, that we are capable and that we can do it. I think the last time we played New York, we created a ton of open shots. When you go back and look at the film, we just didn't knock them down. And tonight, we made those shots when the ball was moved and guys were rewarded for ball movement. Jetty was really good for us. I mean, he hit some big ones and some timely ones throughout the entire game. So I thought, this is who we want to be. We just have to continue to build it and get ourselves there.
And actually going off of that about Jetty, he's kind of had ups and downs throughout the season, just finding those shots to go down, actually. I guess, how does this help again, with that confidence to just continue to take those shots when he is open and just be able to find them.
Well, that's what the game is about. The game is about belief. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of talent. The ones that believe most deeply in themselves are normally the ones that end up being successful because they don't have to ride that emotional roller coaster of doubt. So when you believe it and you see it happening and you're rewarded for it, it gives you that confidence in your capabilities. And then you can go perform every single night with that belief and that confidence.
Thanks.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. When you talk about Dre punishing guys, how much does that help, just the drawing attention and opening, other opportunities up for the guys surrounding him to get into a flow because, again, of how much attention he's drawing, the doubles, whatever it may be?
Well, I mean, that's, we try to figure out how we make each other's job easier on that end of the floor. The more traffic that he draws, the easier the game comes for everybody else. Because now the defense has to play out of closeouts or it has to play out of rotations, which is advantage offense in that situation. So, the more eyes that are on him, it opens up cuts, it opens up, kick out threes and all those things when he's dominating the game because he does draw so much attention.
And then now that he's played with this team for, more than just a chunk of games, do you sense that he and even his teammates are starting to understand where each other and the spots are going to be for each other defined?
Yeah. And what takes a little bit of time is in experience is different teams play you different ways. So if a team is playing you one way, where the shots come that night. If a team is playing you another way, where the shots come from that night, where are the traps coming from? Who's the next nearest open man? So that takes time and experience of kind of going through the league a little bit and seeing the different coverages and then being able to adjust quickly on the fly.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. JB, did you see anything different in Andre tonight, though?
I think, again, we've talked about it before. When he plays with that determination and that force, there's not many people who can stop him one-on-one. And I think he did that. I think he played with force and purpose, for 40 minutes tonight that we played him. You saw it early with his work on the offensive glass and getting second possessions. He had 7 offensive rebounds in the first half that were huge for us. So I think that's the thing, is that purpose and that force that he plays with where he can play through contact.
JB, I know you can't control outside noise, but the chatter since you guys traded for Jared Allen is about Dre getting traded. Dre's future in Cleveland is no longer because they just brought in Dre's replacement. Have you had to have any kinds of conversations, reassuring conversations with him in the short term about things like that?
Yeah, the optics are obvious, but, Dre and I have developed a great relationship, up to this point. And it's a relationship that's built on trust and honesty. So we can have those conversations, over and over again. And Dre knows his worth, and you obviously see what he's capable of.
Knowing him the way you do you think that at all played into what is a career night for him?
I can't speak for that. I'll let him answer that question for you.
And then the last thing that I was wondering, with KPJ being on the sidelines, being on the bench, what was the thinking behind that? And what were you hoping KPJ got out of that experience tonight?
Again, we've talked about it, before. We have a plan in place with KP. We brought him, he's back practicing with the team. He's always been a part of the team, but we wanted him with the guys, and it's kind of the process of working him back into the lineup.
Is there something that you want him to get out of being around the guys at this point?
Well, I think that's, who we are, Like we've been pack animals for so long. So just being back and being part of the team is good for all of us. And then, obviously seeing what we're doing, experiencing the games, and those types of things will help him as he returns.